It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Cincinnati Bengals. Next on Madden Football.
Now from the riverfront of the Ohio, sellout crowd has arrived at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we got a couple of teams who love to throw the football, and you know how guys say, hey, we're not going against the other offense, we're going against the other team's defense. Greg, these star wide receivers, you know they're watching what the other guy does on the field here today.
Oh, in their minds, there's no question. They are competing against one another, and I think that's what makes this league so fun is when these guys, they know each other, they study each other, they work together in the off seasons. A lot of times they're friends. But come game day, there is no question. At the end of this one, yes, they want their teams to win, but when they put their two box scores up next to each other, there's going to be some bragging rights come this offseason.
Here's Evan McPherson. And off we go here in Cincinnati. Jalen Darden now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. And leading them, Greg, the veteran out of West Virginia, it's Geno Smith.
You just can't say enough about Geno and his turnaround over the last couple of years, Mike. I mean, many thought he was destined to just be a career backup and just play out the rest of his career. And when things didn't play out at first, instead of just listening to those doubters, he just kept working on his craft. And next thing you know, he gets an opportunity with a new team, makes the most of it, and he's now solidified himself as a bona fide franchise quarterback in this league.
First carry now for Kenneth Walker. And his initial touch, good for a couple. It'll be second down. Once again, it's Walker. And nothing doing on that run. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. We have an early third down coming up.
Clearly the plan on offense was to establish the run a little bit on this drive, Mike, but the defense is having none of it. First and second down stop, no gain. Now it brings up a third and long. We'll see if they try something else.
From the gun, it's Geno. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Cincinnati offense set to take over for the first time. And they're led by the #1 overall pick in 2021, national champion at LSU, it's Joe Burrow.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from their opening whistle.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Chase Brown. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Tyrese Knight in on the tackle. They'll come up on a second down and 8. Working out of the gun, Burrow. Going for it all. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a third down.
He's trying to set the tone here for the rest of the game and let this defense know there is not a blade of grass on this field that you don't have to defend because he reared back and he let that one eat. And he's got to work a little bit on his touch, a little bit on his accuracy, but I don't think he needs to work on his arm strength.
He'll try and get there on the ground.
So the two components to a scramble drill, Mike, is the quarterback has to buy time with his legs, and then all of the receivers need to second reaction and come open downfield late. And he bought time, but nobody was able to separate, and there's nowhere to go with the ball.
The Bengals out and ready to punt. Back deep is Jalen Darden. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Seahawks offense ready to get going with their second possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. On the bootleg, it's Smith. Smith and Jigba left side, he's got it. Second down and 8. The tight end Fant in motion. The blitz overwhelming the offensive line, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, Smith. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
And no return on this one. Fair catch signaled for and taken. The Bengals offense ready to take over for their second possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They bring Chase in motion. On 1st and 10, Burrow. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Play action now. It's Burrow. He's going to run it. And Burrow not going to take any chances. Slides to a stop after picking up the 1st down. So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. What will the second quarter have in store? Greg and I back here in Cincinnati after this. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He'll find Brown out of the backfield. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long...
Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
The offense is trying to stretch the field vertically. They're trying to put as many receivers into the coverage deep as possible. But you know what you need? You need time. You need to allow those guys to get downfield. But when you have a pass rush like this, they don't let that time unfold, and that pocket collapsed and results in a sack.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Burrow. He'll find Andre Yosibas. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. They bring Chase in motion. Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. Open man, right side. He's got it. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
Burrow now to throw on 1st down. Taken in by Gesicki.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's 2nd and 2. Gesicki, the man in motion. Burrow here on 2nd down. Backs to his big tight end, Gesicki. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. To throw is Burrow. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bengals will take a 3-0 lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. On the return is Darden. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. The offense is a little slow to start percolating. 3-0 the score as they begin this drive with a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Smith. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
On second down, Smith. Sending it downfield for Fant. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small, and oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove. This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Smith. Off he goes.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Smith. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. That's caught. No touchdown, but they are close. Going to be 1st and goal. They've got it at the 3. So the big play gets him down close. And now it's 1st and goal. Here's Walker. Powering forward. He's in. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seattle. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. He's got it. And the Seahawks move out to a 7-3 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Bengals offense going to get it one final time in this first half. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Burrow now. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack. Here's the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. This returnable from inside his own 40. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now, Gino. Metcalf, left side. He's got it. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. So they send out Jason Myers for this field goal. This will be just inside 60, a 59-yard field goal attempt. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks go out to a 10-3 lead.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports Halftime Report. It was a strong first half for the former Spartan, Kenneth Walker. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. These two teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike and Greg.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Bengals offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. Just the lone field goal for them so far, down 10-3 in this one. And they'll start 1st and 10. Now, Burrow to the middle of the field, caught by Higgins. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Working out of the gun, Burrow. This one complete right side. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now, Burrow. And he'll take it on in. Mike Gesicki. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Evan McPherson now to kick the extra point. His kick is good. And the Bengals will tie things up. It's now 10-10. All level at 10 as this one's kicked off. This one taken at the 7. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. There's DK Metcalf, he and the Seahawks offense set for their next drive. And you see the numbers for him into this 3rd quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open and electric throughout. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Play action now. It's Geno. Smith and Jigba left side. He's got it. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Just pushing defenders out of the way as he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. To throw, here's Smith. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Third and 5. From the shotgun, Smith. That's complete to Metcalf. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
1st and 10. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Off the play fake, it's Smith. That is knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage there defensively, all over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
Throwing on 2nd down, Smith. Outright Smith and Jigba has it. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. The crowd making their presence felt. This is 3rd down. He'll get this out to the left flat. And he's very close to a 1st down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. So the pressure's on. Here's the veteran, Jason Myers. This to take the lead here in the 4th. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
So they lead by 3 here in this 4th quarter. Now have to turn it over to the defense as they kick it off. They get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. The home team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Taken in by Gesicki. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us, this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In 4th quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
On 1st down, Burrow. He'll get that to all his tight end. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Burrow now to throw on 1st down. That's complete. It's Yosivas. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. It is 2nd and a yard. They'll run here with Brown. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a first down. Two minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Seahawks scoop it up.
And there is the backbreaker, Mike. The one thing you can't have late in the ball game is a turnover. You're already you're up against the wall. You know you need a late score here to come back from behind, and let's give credit to this defense. They know they were a stop away from victory, and after forcing that late turnover, it looks like they're going to seal this one.
The Seahawks offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. No challenge flags in the last 2 minutes from the sideline. All second looks will come from replay, and I think the referee's been buzzed here to get another look at this call, and it is a big one. So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Here's 1st down. They'll drop to throw. That's to his big tight end, Gesicki. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. To throw is Burrow. Catch left side is made by Higgins. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. On is McPherson for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bengals make the lead 4. It is 17-13. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. On the return is Darden. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense about ready to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Back is Smith. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd down and 3. From the gun, it's Gino. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical 3rd down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play. They've got 3rd and 4th down. There's no punt, there's no kick. They've got to treat this like it's their final possession of the game, and they've got 2 downs to extend this drive. There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier. This is a little bit of a tough spot for a play caller, Mike. 4th down, is it close enough that I can run the ball? Is it far enough that I have to risk a pass? That took some courage to call a run play, and fortunate for them, they're able to celebrate after.
2 timeouts, still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Smith. Timeout Seahawks. That is their 2nd, and they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Smith. A ball deep for the end zone. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
And he's brought down, but they are out of timeouts. Crowd noise rises. Big play here. 3rd and 1. Gino to throw. He'll take a shot here. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. They took the end zone shot of the final play. It's a heartbreaking finish. And this one will come to an end. So this one in the win column for the Bengals. They proved much the best in this one. Get a solid performance in all 3 phases of the game and ride that to victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.